This piece is called Home Within. It's a 55-minute long piece for clarinet, electronics, and visuals, live painting and animations. And the piece tries to depict or document how we felt in the last 4 years. You know, we're not trying to tell a story, actually, it's all an inner story, the questioning of home, what means to be, what home means, and how are we able to contribute with that. It's all about actually us reminding ourselves that these are the tools we know how to use, you know, and this is how we express. I mean, for us, it's easier now to play for you rather than to talk to you. You know, we feel we have better tools.
So my work is time. See, when I draw, I don't go back to erase or to change things. Whatever it's done, it's done.
I find it like almost difficult to see, but wonderful to see. It's so meaningful, but just
we were all crying.
So I feel I get connected. I feel the spiritual connection. If that happens, it works. I'm talking about visually in my world. He can speak himself, whatever you think about. But I felt when you guys walked in, I felt there's people here, they're listening to what we're going to say. So it means any single dot or line, it's going to be noticed. I feel like students, they really want to be part of what we're doing. I feel like they're all willing to hear and cooperate and engage and learn, and I'm also learning from them this great experience. So when I go back, I'll use this experience in my works and for future residencies.
My question is, like, especially with reading Serious Speaks, you know, just one thing that struck me is I felt like there was like a culture of death and just sadness and destruction, and just tragedy. My question is, in such chaos and injustice, how do you find hope?
You know, being alive. I mean, this is maybe in a different context now, but being alive is about hope. It's about the fact that you're going from point A to point B. You're hoping that you're gonna get to point B, and then from point B to point C, you're gonna get up in the morning. You go to sleep hoping that you're gonna get up in the morning. So I think it's the nature of human being, but sometimes it gets blocked by incredible amount of negative emotions, such as anger or sadness or loss or anything. But I think you can nourish that by art. Actually, is one of the ways you get hope back. You know, there's a part in the piece we're doing, Kevork and I, where, you know, I go to the screen and then I play, and then Kevork paints these buildings that come out of my instrument. Metaphorically speaking, like I'm rebuilding a city, you know, using just the sound. And I believe it sometimes. You know, when I play, I get emotion because I feel like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I think it's good to also to remind the students, but lots of them are also politically aware, you know, that this is happening now, and actually being proactive is incredibly important right now. And we did feel the support, you know, that actually they are with us in this feeling, that it's not only a Syrian tragedy, but actually it's a human tragedy.
I was going by what we had done before, which much earlier than your timing is indicated here. And then there ended up being that big gap in the middle. Should we really do...
You know what happened? You entered actually early at the first cue. So what is... This piece, it's a 10-minute piece that features the lead and string quartet, electronics and video. It was based on the collective memory that a generation of Syrians, people who grew up in the 80s and the 90s, what they experienced, you know, mainly through the eyes and the ears. The slogans we grew up reciting without really understanding what they meant, the intonation of these slogans, imagery that we used to see on the Soul TV channel we had.
I think the significance here is getting out of, or breaking the boundaries or the tradition of having either a string quartet or musicians playing on stage or a video, a standalone video. It actually makes it breathe in a way, because you're not only hearing, like you're seeing the video, you're hearing the music, but all of a sudden there's this other component.
But the process is really, it's some kind of therapy actually, you know? Especially in times like these where you think, okay, what do I do? Okay, I have an instrument, I can write music, and there's somebody else who can make a film. How do we use these tools to really bring all these feelings to the surface? Because lots of these feelings were kept locked for many years.
Artists will be the first people to come back and to recreate everything. Somehow they preserved all this beauty in their works, in their music. So all these things are kind of preserving, otherwise who's going to do it?
It's not only about speaking up, it's about, you know, even in a time of crisis, there should be a love story made somewhere, you know? And I think people who are not in the arts, you know, the general public, they are inspired by that.